I'm Rita Stewart, the queen of the school, and I don't care about anybody. But things may soon change because of the one person who can influence me. Who's that? Hear my story. Everyone at school knows me. I have no girlfriends. The girls hate me because I either stole their boyfriend or just used them for my own purposes. Haha, yes, I'm like that. An adorable monster, and every guy dreams of at least catching a glimpse of me, let alone going on a date. I built myself a long time, this image. And it was not easy. Because school is full of competitors who also want to be popular. But I'm not afraid of them. This I learned from my mother. She, a simple girl from the country, managed to marry a rich but elderly farmer. Soon he died, and she found herself another lucrative match, and then another. And now we live in a luxurious house in the city center. We have servants, several luxury cars in the garage, a profitable business for my mother. Everything is cool. And I want it that way, except I have a brother who's been getting on my nerves a lot, Derek. But we are nothing alike. Derek doesn't like my image of the queen and trolls me all the time. He posted a picture of me on Instagram with no makeup on to spite me, and I almost fainted when I saw it. I immediately rushed to delete it, but still, some classmates managed to see this shameful thing. He does not like the fact that I use people for my own benefit, and I can't do it any other way. Well, I used to be romantic too, dreaming about big and bright love. But my dreams were shattered because of this one guy who used me. It's a horrible story, and I will tell you more about it in a minute. But in the meantime, please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so you don't miss new videos. It all happened 3 years ago. I had just turned 13. And Derek's best friend Cameron came to visit us for the whole summer. He noticed me right away, shooting his eyes, making jokes, and my heart sank. I had never had a boyfriend like that. The guys from school at 13 years were just kids. And here he is, so adorable, and he quickly became my crush. I fell in love. There's nothing to hide. I've been hanging out with Cameron in the kitchen, riding bikes with him and my brother, playing tennis. Seeing me trying to get Cameron to like me, my brother just rolled his eyes. And Cameron, I realized later, was just having fun watching me hitting on for him. I started writing a diary. My feelings overwhelmed me. And I filled the blank pages of the thick notebook with them. I drew pictures of Cameron, dedicated poems to him, dreamed of how we would become a real couple. The summer was ending. Cameron's suitcases were packed. He was going home tomorrow. The three of us threw a party, deciding to party until morning. That night was the first time I really kissed a guy. Cameron. He held me so tenderly that I believed in his feelings. He took off the next morning and I started texting him on Insta. Love messages, of course. Day after day, I would send him romantic lines and memes and tell him how much I missed him. Until one day Derek, my brother, seeing that I was typing something on my phone again, gritted his teeth. Rita, stop this love hysteria. Cameron doesn't need you. He likes attention from girls, and you're just one of them. You're pathetic to look at. And with a snort, he left the room, rattling the door shut. I didn't believe it, so I decided to call Cameron and find out. I texted him for a week, and he didn't answer. Why not? If you don't want to talk, just say so. I found his number in Derek's phone, so I locked myself in my room and dialed the guy. It was ringing at first, and then I got an answer from a girl? "Yeah, I'm listening. Who is it?" she chirped merrily. "Can I talk to Cameron?" I tried to answer in a straight tone. "Why would you want to talk to my boyfriend? Who the hell are you?" The girl looked wary, and I hung up, and I cried. Of course she did. And I was so stupid. Cameron didn't give a damn about me. After that, I lay in bed for a week without talking to anyone, but the experience changed me, made me stronger and more confident. The new Rita Stewart was born, which now wants to date all the guys around, and I'm taking advantage of it. I change guys like a glove, trying to get revenge for my broken heart. The school year was coming to an end. I had big plans for the summer. I had to have a good rest before my senior year of high school. Suddenly, Derek swirled into my room. "Well, sis, summer promises to be bright," and winked slyly at me. "What are you talking about?" I asked lazily. "We have a guest coming, Cameron, remember?" And Derek raised his eyebrows meaningfully. Ugh, my insides shook. It'd been 3 years. I hadn't talked to him since. And then, what was he like? Will he remember me? "Stop, Rita. Pull yourself together. No more romantic nonsense," I told myself. "Fine," I said calmly. "So I do not have to endure your stuffy company all summer. Let him come." But inside me was a tornado. What should I do? Yes, I've changed in the meantime. I've become more confident. But he was my first crush. I couldn't get it out of my head. And Cameron's certainly turned into a handsome man. Why don't I just go away for the summer? To get away from him. Or to give him a second chance. Oh, my head was spinning with thoughts. After a few sleepless nights, I decided that I would not be like an ostrich to bury his head in the sand. And on the contrary, I lifted my chin up and showed what a treasure Cameron missed 3 years ago. When he arrived, I updated my summer closet a bit, bought a few open dresses and sundresses. I went to the hairdresser and changed my haircut. In a word, I was ready for the arrival of my first unsuccessful love. And then one sunny morning, the door of our house opened, and right from the doorstep, I smiled at the guy. Derek rushed over to him with a loud shriek. "Hey bro, come on in. Don't be shy. Make yourself at home." Cameron nodded back and looked at me. Of course, as the hostess of this house, I came out to greet my guest too. "Rita, it can't be you. Is that you?" He shot me with his eyes from head to toe. "You've grown so much, and so much prettier." "You look good too, Cameron," I retorted calmly and went back to my room. I shut the door tightly behind me and then slumped to the floor on cotton legs. I needed to catch my breath. There was a fire inside. Cameron. He'd become as beautiful as a god. No exaggeration. I'd dated all kinds of guys over the years, and I'd always picked the best ones. But Cameron, he was like a magnet. I could tell he had a trim figure and a great haircut, which meant he could get a lot of girlfriends too. I cringed at that thought. "Okay, Rita," I whispered to myself. "Stop it. You can't keep making the same mistakes. It would hurt worse." I sat in my room for the rest of the night, my nerves giving me a headache. I could hear the laughter on the first floor and the music. The guys were having fun. And I chickened out. It was already deep into the night when I decided to go downstairs for some orange juice. It was quiet in the house. The kitchen was a mess. 2 boxes of half-eaten pizza on the table, crumbs everywhere. Well, I'm gonna kick my brother's ass tomorrow. Sorry about the mess. We'll clean it up in the morning. Cameron stood in the doorway and stared at me. Wow, I wasn't ready for that. In my pajamas and no makeup. Why does it always have to be like this? Cameron came closer, took out a glass and poured himself a juice too. I'm ashamed, Rita, of the way I treated you. Then, I was stupid. I did not understand that I hurt you. And suddenly, from behind my back, he pulled out my diary and put it on the table. Where did you get it? I was furious. I wrote there all my thoughts, experiences related to feelings for the guy. And then it was like the diary disappeared. We were renovating this house, and I thought it was accidentally thrown out with the other stuff. I won't tell you where I got it, but reading it made me feel like a real jerk. Cameron came close to me and gently lifted my chin with his fingers and looked into my eyes. Let's try again, Rita Stewart. And Cameron barely touched his lips to mine. The kiss burned me, and I nodded back. Yes, that's how easily I decided to give Cameron a second chance. It was my feeling for him for 3 years that had changed me, made me the Rita I was now. Maybe now Cameron and Rita can build a relationship? What do you think?